everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's video is gonna be a tutorial. Get ready with me on this look right here. It is a holiday look. It is your basic shimmery gold champagne eye with a red lip, except for it's a bit warmer than usual. We got a nice warm brown smoky eye and a nice fire engine orangey red lip. If you are interested, keep watching. If you're not, you should also keep watching and maybe see if you warm up to the idea. I don't know. I don't know where you're at in your life, but if you feel like it. This is the look that I will probably not be wearing on Christmas because I will probably not be wearing any makeup at all because I will just be chilling with my fam. Not going anywhere or doing anything because pandemic. So, also on New Year's Eve, probably wearing zero makeup, sitting on this couch right here with my husband doing nothing. So, but you know, if you feel like getting a little dressed up, who knows, maybe I will throw this little eye on for New Year's Eve or something, get a little crazy, show Michael that, you know, I'm pretty sometimes. So if you haven't subscribed yet to this video, I don't know how you've already made it into this intro this long without subscribing. So make sure that you've pressed that button. Make sure you've also rung the bell. If you've subscribed but you haven't rung the bell, you're really missing out, like really missing out. You need to get it together and ring that bell so that you can be notified when I upload videos. Also, make sure that you're following me on social media. That'll be popping up right here below me so that you can follow me there, see what's going on. I don't know why I'm being so weird. It's been a long day. We've had some issues with the camera today and it's been a long time and I'm pretty tired. Therefore, that is why I'm coming to you here with the full face ready, but in the intro, which I usually come to you guys barefaced. But here we are. You're getting a little preview. So if you like the way this looks, if you want to try it out, see how it goes, keep watching. Let's get into it, you guys. I am coming to you guys with some of my face on already because honestly, we lost some footage and here we are. It's been a rough time, but we're here and we're ready to keep rocking. So I have done already my foundation, which I used the IT Cosmetics Illuminating CC Cream right here in the shade Light. I've also done my brows, obviously, and I used all of my Benefit brow products. So I used my Gimme Brow shade 3, my Precisely my brow pencil in shade 3 as well, and then the Clear 24-hour brow setter. Might have to touch them up because I usually do my brows after my eyeshadow, but that was part of the fiasco that previously just took place and we're just gonna roll with it. So normally I do my brows after my eyeshadow, but that's just where we are. So let's go ahead and get into the eyes. So I actually already primed my eyes as well using my by Mario Master Prep and Set palette with my little primers and my powder. So I've set it with powder. And now I'm gonna go into my eyeshadow palette. We are gonna be using the Dose of Colors X Desi and Katy Friendcation palette. Now this palette is no longer available, I believe, pretty sure. But it was available for several years and it was quite popular. So you might have it if you enjoy makeup because it's a quite a beautiful palette. I really enjoy this one. And also I figured it was fine because the shades I'm gonna be using are basically all these browns and this champagne glitter. Pretty basic colors. You probably can find something pretty similar in your collection. That is what we're gonna be doing. So, I have a lot of eczema on my face. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna start out, I'll just go ahead and let you guys know. I'm gonna start out by mixing this shade here, Basic, and this shade here, Necessary, to start blending into my really high crease up towards my brow. Since my eyes are hooded, I blend my eyeshadow up pretty high. And then I'll probably go into Churro after that and maybe even this deepest shade here, Cheens. Let us begin. I'm gonna take my largest fluffy brush, dip back and forth between Basic and Necessary, and just blend this all over really high crease and start building up that color. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with another fluffy brush. It's a little bit more densely packed. And I'm just gonna use that shade, Necessary, this transition shade right here. And I just dropped my beauty blender into that eyeshadow palette, into the glitter. Excellent. And I am just gonna focus this more into my crease, keeping it a little bit lower than what we previously had. I like to blend both ways, like this, looking down so that I can find my crease and have all this space to blend, but also looking straight ahead so I can see exactly where it's gonna be when my eyes are relaxed. I know I look weird, but it helps it to turn out a lot better. Okay, now I'm gonna go, same brush, mixing the shade Necessary with the shade Churro right here, this nice warm brown. Same thing, starting it on my outer corner and blending it a bit into my crease, but not taking it as high. And we're just adding that definition into the crease. See that? A lot more definition already. This eyeshadow palette is one of my favorite palettes to do a brown smoky eye with. I just love the tones of the browns in this palette. They're just so beautiful. Okay, now I'm gonna take a smaller fluffy brush, quite a bit smaller than what we were just using. And I'm gonna go into just the shade Churro right here, just by itself, not mixing it with anything this time. And I'm patting that on my outer lid, bringing it in a bit to just get that nice smokiness. Really pretty. Okay, I'm happy with where that is at. Now I'm gonna go into the shimmer, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here called Just a Kiss. It's just a nice glittery champagne, and I chose this palette for these shimmers in here. The formula of these is not like a regular shimmer. It really has quite a bit of glitter to it, and just very sparkly. It's really beautiful. So I'm gonna go into that, and first I'm gonna take it on my finger, as I usually do, and tap it onto my lid. That is so beautiful. Do you see what I mean? There's just quite a lot of dimension to these. Just such a nice glimmer. It's like that really sparkly, dimensional effect. It's just my favorite. Honestly, it's just one of my very favorite formulas. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush with that shade Churro and just marry where the shimmer and the mattes meet a bit, going over those edges, just lightly tapping to just make sure that that looks nice and blended. Now I think I do want to add a bit more of a bam foiled effect to it. So I'm gonna go in with a flat brush, take that shimmer shade, and then spray it with my setting spray and press that onto the lid. Oh, that is really nice. Same thing on the other eye. Oh, look at that. And I do take my shimmer quite high up because my eyes are hooded, so that when I look straight on, you can still see that shimmer on my eye. And honestly, it will transfer up there eventually anyway, because hooded eyes. Okay, so that is the shimmer. And now I am going back into the mattes. I'm gonna take a little smudgy pencil brush, go into this deepest brown here called Cheens. And I'm just gonna smudge this along my lash line to give it that nice smoky effect, and it really will add some depth to the base of my lashes. I'm not being precise with it, I'm really being nice and smudgy. Okay, I'm just gonna blend that in a bit with my very small blending brush. Yeah, that's nice. And I'm actually gonna even further add some depth into my lash line with a little eyeliner, and I'm gonna use the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal eyeliner in the shade Cocoa. So this is just a pencil eyeliner with a smudger on the other end, and it is very, very dark cocoa brown. And it lasts so well because I literally just tried to wipe that off even though I just applied it and it's still there. So I'm just gonna put that into my lash line. Actually, before I really get in there, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes first because I always end up removing a bit of eyeliner with an eyelash curler and it bothers me. Back in with the eyeliner, really digging it in right in my lashes. So that is looking great. I'm really happy with that. Now I'm gonna start with a layer of mascara, and I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay Lash Freak mascara. This stuff is intense. And the wand is super weird, and it comes out with a ton of product on it, and so I always wipe literally all of it off. Okay, I'm just gonna do a layer on each eye to start with. Okay, so I will let that dry down, and I'm gonna touch up my brows just a bit with my pencil. We're just adding definition back to that bottom part of my brow. There we go. That's better. Let's go into some concealer. I'm gonna be using my Jouer concealer. It's called the Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. Yes, and I have the shade Custard. It's a pretty excellent match for me. This is a full coverage concealer. I think I mentioned this in my first like full glam makeup. I'm actually gonna probably mainly use a brush because this is so high coverage. What I will do, and this is what I often do if I have a pretty full coverage concealer, or if I just wanna keep it a light amount of concealer under my eyes, I will take my doe foot applicator with my concealer, apply it in small dots like so. I am putting some extra on down here because eczema. And I'm gonna take my concealer brush. This is just the concealer brush from Hourglass. And I will use that to start blending it in / placing it exactly where I want it to be, which is also very helpful when I wanna shape out my eyeshadow with my concealer really precisely. And see, this is so high coverage that it really goes a really long way. Now I will go over my under eye with my sponge and everywhere that I applied concealer. There we are. Wow. That's full coverage. That is concealer. Time to go into the face. And for bronzer and blush actually, today I'm gonna be using my Salt New York cream tints. And this is a newer product to me. I don't think I've used it on camera actually. So here's the palette, and it comes with, you buy singles to go in it. So I have 2 blushes, a highlighter, and 3 bronzers because it's me, you guys. So I actually have a light bronzer, light medium, and a contour, and then a highlighter and 2 blushes up here. So first I'm gonna go in, and I usually just mix the 2 bronzers together, light and light medium. I really do. Just like to dip back and forth and start applying. So that's the bronzer, and then I love using this contour shade here. And what I do is I warm it up with my finger. I use my finger to place it, so I can just draw a nice little stripe there. Now we are nice and bronzed. I'm actually gonna use a powder highlight just because I knew I was gonna be using cream bronzer and blush, and I wanted to add in a little bit of a powder highlight since this is a full glam moment. I want it to be nice and intense. I'm gonna use my Vieve highlighter. You know what completely left my brain is doing my lower lash line. So let's do that while I remember. So I'm gonna use my eyeshadow again, and I'm gonna just go in with a more tapered fluffy brush into the shades Basic and Necessary right here. I'm mixing between these two to start the blending on my lower lash line. There we go. And now I'm just gonna take a nice small, really small pencil brush into the shade Churro and take that right against the lash line. Yeah, just like that. And you know what? I like rarely ever do this, but I think I'm gonna take my eyeliner and I'm gonna go into my waterline with it because I really feel like making this a super smoky moment. Oof, that really smoked it up right there. But I'm kind of into it. I kind of like that. I feel like it's very sultry. I'm gonna go in with another layer of mascara. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted for this look, is some real thick mascara. Back to what I was originally pausing for was going into highlighter before I remembered that I forgot how to do makeup. So I'm gonna be using my Vieve highlighter in the shade Bijou. It's the lightest shade. It's a very nice light gold champagne. And now I'm just gonna really buff this in to my skin. If this brush hair would get the heck out the way. Okay, so that is the highlighter applied. And I'm actually gonna take the same highlighter and apply it to my inner corners of my eyes, especially since we have that really intense liner on my waterline. Okay, blush. I'm gonna use my Salt New York palette again, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Spice. Just gonna take that, swirl it on a brush, and now what I do is I stamp it onto the apples of my cheeks, and then I go in with my sponge and blend it in. Really nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of powder. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I have the shade 1. And I'm gonna take a little brush. Now it's time for lips. I am gonna do a red lip with this, and I'm gonna be using just a ColourPop red lip liner. This is actually the one from the Hocus Pocus collection. I just like the color of it. It's like a true blue undertoned red, and I wanted to use that because the red that I'm gonna be using on top of it is a little bit more orangey, and so I kind of wanted to mix those tones a little bit. Okay. So the actual lipstick I'm gonna be using today is this is the Laura Mercier Velour Extreme Matte Lipstick. This is the shade Fire. See how orangey it is? All right, that is definitely a fiery orangey red. Okay, let me fix my hair. Apply my setting spray real quick. I'm gonna be using the Hourglass Veil Setting Spray right here. Gonna need to speed that one up, babe, because that's a lot. Let me add smidgens of powder to my dewy cheeks, because we've got a lot of dew on the face. I don't want to overdo it. Did you get it? That's better. See, we look dewy, but not too dewy. What's wrong with me? I don't know. So I have slicked back my ponytail to my brain so that I can no longer feel my head. That is everything for me today, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this little holiday girl slash here's what, maybe a suggestion of what you could do if you're feeling like putting on a little makeup for Christmas, for New Year's, even if you're not going anywhere. Even if you're just gonna be at home with family like I am, you could still look cute. I wear makeup for no reason all the time except for just to have fun, so. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please do let me know down in the comments below. Let's have a chat down in the comments. I'll be down there hanging out with you guys, so meet me down there. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, oh yeah, like the video, I guess, if you liked it, so that I know that you liked it. Okay. I hope you guys have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!